Jones, it is beautiful life to be alive. Hey, baseball YouTube fans, hope all you guys are having a beautiful and natural Friday Eve and Thursday. So far, guys, I asked you guys on a poll earlier today what you wanted tonight's episode to be about, and you guys voted that tonight's episode we are going to talk about all the former, yes, these are former Boise Hawk players, and yes, guys, they are players in the MLB, but they are former Boise Hawks that will participate in the upcoming WBC, aka World Baseball Classic. So we are going to talk about all 7 former Boise Hawks who are going to participate in the upcoming WBC for the respective home countries. All 7 of them have citizenship in these countries. All 7 of them are actually from these countries, which also makes it a little bit more interesting. So before we get into all of that, guys, first and foremost, welcome back to the channel of Main Event Baseball with Ryan. All right, guys, so we are less than 1 month away from the upcoming World Baseball Classic, aka WBC. So like I said, tonight's episode, we are just going to name the 7 former Boise Hawk players that will be participating in this upcoming World Baseball Classic, guys. But before I get into the episode, if you guys enjoyed the episode, make sure you hit that thumbs up and that like. And if you are not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe down below in the comment section, guys. And then after we talk about these 7 former Boise Hawks, guys, I will announce what we are going to talk about in tomorrow's episode of Main Event Baseball with Ryan. Alea, Pape, Alea. All right, guys, our first 3 former Boise Hawk players that are going to play in the upcoming WBC are for Papi, Alea, Ole. That will be Venezuela, guys. It will be former Boise Hawks catcher Wilson Contreras, former Boise Hawks second baseman Gleyber Torres, and former Boise Hawks shortstop Ezekiel Tovar playing for Venezuela. Now I'm going to start with Wilson Contreras, guys. Wilson Contreras is a former Boise Hawk, a 3-time former Boise Hawk from 2011, 2012, and 2013. Wilson Contreras played right here for the Boise Hawks, at that time the low A affiliate of the Chicago Cubs. But it's very interesting on Wilson Contreras, guys, because in the 3 years he was in Boise, he played 4 different positions. During Wilson Contreras' 3 years in Boise for the Boise Hawks, he would play left field, third base, first base, which is his current position in MLB, and catcher. There was, yes, guys, at one point, Wilson Contreras was spot on, one of the best catchers in, the game of baseball and MLB, guys. He actually struggled in left field. He would end up making 15 errors in one season with the Hawks in left field. He then was transitioned to third base, and from third base, guys, he improved a little better. Wilson Contreras would play 1 whole year in Boise at third base, and he actually only made 5 errors, guys. First base was definitely a very uncomfortable position for Mr. Wilson Contreras because, of course, guys, he was, well, number one, he was new to the position. But what really exceptioned Wilson Contreras is catching. Wilson only caught 3 games behind the plate for the Boise Hawks, guys. And once he got introduced earlier in minor league spring training to the catching role. It kind of felt like that the Chicago Cubs found a new home for him, and that was behind the plate, guys. And then just recently, he would go from the catching position and transition to first base. So that is one. The second one is Gleyber Torres. Gleyber Torres was a Boise Hawk in 2014. The very last year the Boise Hawks would be affiliated with the Chicago Cubs. Gleyber Torres was a second baseman coming up. He was one of the hottest prospects in the Cubs minor league system, and he was one of the best players for the Boise Hawks. In 2014, guys, he played every single game in 2014 for the Boise Hawks, and he only made 3 errors all season long. He did not. The one thing Gleyber Torres was a little weak at that point was stealing bases. Very young. He was not even 20 years old when he was playing for the Boise Hawks all the way back in 2014. And it turned out to be a really good year for him, guys. He would make the Northwest League All-Star team. He was one of 3 All-Stars representing the Boise Hawks that year, guys. And more importantly, guys, he would finish that season with the Hawks with a .298 batting average and a .340 on-base percentage. And like I said, guys, he played the entire 2014 season right here in the City of Trees with the Boise Hawks. And now we got Ezekiel Tovar. Well, as Ezekiel Tovar was only 17 years old when he played for the Boise Hawks, and that was in 2019. By the way, that was the last time the Boise Hawks were in affiliated ball. In 2019, they were the low A affiliate of the Colorado Rockies, and Ezekiel Tovar, guys, was one of the standout spotlights for the Hawks that year, guys. I mean, if you talk about how mature and the talent Tovar had being in low A ball with the Hawks in 2019, guys, surprisingly, he did not make the All-Star game. By the All-Star voting, Tovar had a .291 batting average, but he only had a .295 on base percentage, and he just missed a All-Star vote that year. But he was definitely fun to watch. A very young kid at that point. He was only 17 years old, and it was like the beginning of the talent he has in the big leagues to this day, guys. So those are the 3 former Boise Hawks that will play for Venezuela in the upcoming WBC, and all 3 of those gentlemen will play in their very first ever World Baseball Classic next month. Next, guys, we go to the only former Boise Hawk playing for Team USA, and it will be Kyle Schwarber of the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, Schwarber, guys, very interesting story. He was a Boise Hawk all the way back in 2014. He was only a Boise Hawk 5 days. He only was a Boise Hawk for 5 days before getting called up. Now, what was really interesting is Kyle Schwarber back in 2014, being in the low A affiliate of the Chicago Cubs. He was a catcher. Look at the guy now. All right, yes, he was a catcher. He was drafted as a catcher / left fielder by the Chicago Cubs. He would only be in Boise for 5 days and play 5 games. Tore up, absolutely dominated and tore up here in Boise, guys, and he caught 3 of the 5 games. He was not really known as a catcher. A lot of baseball fans kind of knew it would not work out with him being behind the plate, but that was the position he played for the Boise Hawks back in 2014. And then Rob Zielinski and Jared Young of Oh, Canada. Now, what is really cool about Rob Zazinski and Jared Young is they got to play with the Boise Hawks when they were the low A affiliate of the Chicago Cubs, but they got to play in their homeland of Canada. They got to go to Vancouver, Canada, and be in their homeland. Rob Zazinski, guys, played 2 years with the Boise Hawks, 2012 and 2013. He was a long reliever in the bullpen for the Boise Hawks, guys. Jared Young was in Boise in 2013 and 14, guys. Basically, these guys were very, very talented on the field for the Boise Hawks, guys. Rob Zazinski and Jared Young will play in their second WBC for Canada. So it'll be really cool to know him, see him play in this big global tournament, guys, that is known as the WBC or World Baseball Classic, guys. Believe it or not, Rob Zazinski, guys, 2 years here in Boise, guys, and he holds the record to this day with strikeouts as a Boise Hawks pitcher, guys. A total of 98 strikeouts he did with his 2 years in Boise, and those 2 years at the low A level, guys. So something very special, guys. Jared Young was kind of bouncing up and down between A ball and low A ball, guys. Really had a great arm, played really good in the outfield. He did play a little bit of infield, but not really that much, guys. And there you guys have it. Those are the 7 former Boise Hawk players that will participate in the 2026 WBC, guys. All 7 of these guys are currently in the big leagues and MLB or affiliated ball, which is really good to know. And there you guys have it. Those are the 7 former Boise Hawk players that will participate in the upcoming 2026 World Baseball Classic. All right, guys, that is all I have for you guys on tonight in this episode of Main Event Baseball with Ryan. Again, guys, those are your 7 former Boise Hawk players that are going to be playing in the upcoming World Baseball Classic. That tournament will begin next month, guys. So, again, congratulations and best of luck to Wilson Contreras, Gleyber Torres, Ezekiel Tovar, Kyle Schwarber, Rob Zazinski, and Jared Young. These 7 former Boise Hawks that will be playing in next month's World Baseball Classic, guys. And again, we wish them all the best of luck. Speaking of the World Baseball Classic, guys, who do you guys have to win this year's WBC? I would love to know your thoughts and who you guys have down below in the comment section. But as always, guys, drop a like if you enjoyed. Make sure you do subscribe if you are not a subscriber. Let me know what else you guys would like to see right here on Main Event Baseball with Ryan down in the comment section. You guys can always reach me at Ryan Knight YouTube 98 on Instagram. That is my official Instagram for my YouTube. So you guys can always message me on there. But other than that, have a lovely rest of your Friday Eve and Thursday night. And I'll see you all right back here in the next episode.